Good afternoon, welcome to a match of Dota 2 where loading in went a lot faster than the previous time when we had to remake, but everybody is fixed now and we are actually already in the draft. This is a match for the Rising Star Qualifiers by GEST, organized by Dota Talk. You just heard that my accent was quite bad there, but Dota Talk is the organizer of this. You can check them out at dotatalk.com. Certainly do that one. We have a match between Flash.Esports and Gizmo. This is a winners bracket match. It is a double elimination bracket, but the games are only best out of one, so they only have one chance to stay into the winners bracket, but they do have a second chance to move on to the final still via the losers bracket. So we're gonna see one of these two teams is gonna drop onto the losers bracket. They're not out yet, and we're gonna see which one is gonna take the easier route through the winners bracket, which of course has less games. So let's take a look, because we are already on our way into the draft, even though it's not going all that fast. We have a Lycan ban out by the first team that has the first pick, which is not really what we see usually. Usually we see, of course, the team that has second pick being forced out to ban those heroes that they just don't want to face, like the Naga Siren, like the Darkseer, like the Lycan in this case. But in this case, Lycan is gonna be going to the Radiant team, which also indicates that they did not want to play that themselves. I rather want to save up for a different hero that they can pick up. Darkseer indeed banned by the second team, no real surprise just there. And yeah, actually I have to say I have not casted a match of these teams before. We are seeing a match between Malaysia and Singapore, in case you're wondering. It is Gizmo that is from Malaysia and a Flash.Esports that is from Singapore. So it is an Asian Dota match, which also means that I might have some lag on the abilities that we'll see, but it should not be all that noticeable. But just in case, I already indicated that it could happen. And we're seeing Gizmo going into reserve time for their second ban, something that we do see more often for the team that has the first pick, purely because their bans are a bit more strategical than the ones that the second team is banning out. We have a Nature's Prophet ban out, a hero that we have not seen in the first banning round all that much lately. Still has been picked up a couple of times, but has been going through without bans nor picks as well. So he is not as popular anymore as he once was, as right now it takes for him too long to get up to speed, and the laning phase has become so much more important that he is not a very good laner, so he's not played all that often anymore. But that doesn't mean that he is not annoying still, because he is still an amazing split pusher and his qualities are all still there. And of course Naga Siren by Flash, again, no surprise there, as we're gonna see what Gizmo wants to ban out next. They do not want to get pushed. Both of the heroes that have banned out so far are heroes that are very heavy pushing heroes, and they also don't want to have to deal with the Invoker, which is a typical, well, lately he's been more as a turtle hero, just a hero that you can't really push into against the enemy base if the enemy has the Invoker, that is. And of course still a pretty strong solo mid. But they don't want to face that, and it is a Rubik that gets banned out by Flash. Let's see the first pick up by Gizmo. There's still a lot of heroes in the pool that we normally see picked up fairly early. Lately it's also been the Morphlin that's been one of those heroes, but Leshrac, Tidehunter, those are the heroes that I'm talking about. And of course there's still all the jungle heroes still in the game, Chen, Enchantress, and Enigma. And the hero that we have seen made big impacts on a lot of games over the last weekend, Templar Assassin, the creator of Chaos, the creator of Mayhem, is gonna be on the side of Gizmo. Let's see how Flash is gonna respond to that, because of course Leshrac, Venomancer, two of the better counters towards the Templar Assassin. I say better counters, but mostly early game. To pop off the refraction very fast with the poison, as well as with the edict, are still in the pool. And Leshrac Tidehunter is going to be the pickup from Flash, so they do have one of those counters, but they also secure some team fight for them, just to make sure that they have that Tidehunter in the pool, in the game, for Flash.Esports on the dire side. Gizmo now, I mean, they have a solid solo mid. Now they have to see what they're going to do with the rest of the lanes. They're going to have to see, are they going to build a strategy around a TA? Normally when we see a Templar Assassin in the game, the same thing goes for Chaos Knight, by the way, same kind of role. We also see one of those hard carries, a Morphling or an Anti-Mage, purely because Templar Assassin is just one of those heroes that can distract the enemy team so well. And I say this track because if you make sure that everybody of the enemy team is busy thinking about that Templar Assassin, where is she, where can she be ganked, and let's not get ganked by the TA as well, that will give your carry the time to farm up the items before Templar Assassin loses her momentum slightly, and your carry gains, gains that role of the big carry that he wants to be. So we're gonna see maybe a Morphling picked up here. Of course, Flash still has every chance to pick up the Anti-Mage if they want, if Morphling's indeed pick up, or the other one of the two. They go for a Disruptor, team fight for them, and a Venomancer for themselves, which is quite unusual, or at least unusual, maybe not really. Just to make sure, partly because they want to go for a tri-lane with Disruptor and Venomancer most likely. And of course, because they don't want to give that Venomancer to Flash, because I did mention he is one of the better counters to Templar Assassin early game. And especially we have seen lately also Venomancers going solo lane in mid versus the Templar Assassin and actually getting kills there as well on the TA to just shut her down early game so she can't get that momentum. A different counter to the TA though, not played that often anymore, not mentioned that often anymore. But the Lone Druid, when he gets up his Radiance, which you see Lone Druids go for lately, a Radiance is a counter to the Templar Assassin, is a counter to that Refraction. It will pop off so fast due to that aura of the Radiance that you can definitely consider that a counter for that. And of course, they do give away the kind of, like, Disruptor Venomancer is a solid tri-lane, and they are giving away that they are going to go for that, so I'm curious to see what Flash is going to ban out. Are they going to ban out those hard carries because they know that, well, they know that they will have to go into that route, or if they have to go into that route if they leave them in, or are they confident enough with their Lone Druid? Are they thinking, you know what, our Lone Druid can counter any hard carry that you throw at us, and we're going to be ready for it. They do ban out the Chaos Knight, which is of course with the 4 seconds pretty painful to deal with, and just a hero that you don't really want to have around you, just a hero that apparently Flash don't want to play. Let's see what Gizmo's gonna ban out. I mean, they ban out a Tinker, which is a pushing hero, and we do miss that solo mid hero still on Flash, unless it's gonna be the Leshrek that's gonna be there versus the TA, which I did say, you know. They're not going to say that anymore. And again, Tinker is with his March of the Machines. Templar says it cannot really fight in March of the Machines because the Refraction will just drop off. Brewmaster ban out here, another hero that they do not want to face. And just like hard carry, like the Morphling and the Anti-Mage, Lone Druid also wants a hero that can take some attention off him while he farms. You want to have a bit of a 4+1 strat, where the 4 take the attention from the opponent team while your Lone Druid farms up. Brewmaster is one of the heroes that can do that, as well as Tidehunter, but he needs some help with that. With the team fight, I mean, as soon as he's level 6, he's going to look for team fight, but he needs support of the rest of his team. Brewmaster would fit into that role pretty well, and now Flash is thinking about that last ban. What hero do they not want to face? If we look at Gizmo's lineup, we know that they want to probably go for hard carry. We know that they still need a solo lane. If they do that, there's still plenty of solo lanes in the pool. I mentioned Queen of Pain, Windrunner, Bounty Hunter lately as well. And someone from the chat now mentioned it also, that we might see... I am not expecting it, I have to say, but it has been done before that we see a team pick. Bat Rider versus a Templar Assassin in the mid lane. I'm not expecting it, but it could happen. And like I said, I have not casted these teams before. Maybe that's a signature hero on one of Flash sides. We never know, or at least I don't know. They ban out the Broodmother. Like I said, Gizmo looking for a solo lane, and a Broodmother is a very annoying solo lane to deal with, so they don't want to have to deal with that one. And of course, it would also be one of those heroes that when Templar Assassin is running around the map killing stuff, the Broodmother is just by herself pushing the lane, and you can't really leave her alone, which will mean that Flash will be crippled because they already want to have the Lone Druid solo farming, and he doesn't really want to be against the Broodmother either, so that will mean that they would be 3 versus 4/5, depending on what Gizmo still picks up. There's the Windrunner, one of those solo lanes that I talked about. Gizmo waiting until the last moment to decide which one of those carries they're going to go for. We still have a Bounty Hunter pickup by Flash. I did mention him as a solo lane, and we are probably going to see him as a solo long lane. Curious to see how they're going to play the Lone Druid. I do think that if the Lone Druid he could potentially solo lane as well, and Leshrac as well. Well, actually, having said that, all four heroes of Flash are able to solo lane for that team. So lane-wise, it is a bit guessing what they are going to go for, but they could still go for a tri-lane, which is what my point was going to be. And if they do that, I mean, when is the last time that we have seen Morphling and Anti-Mage making it through the bans, making it through the picks, and only having 2 picks left, and no Anti-Mage, no Morphling just yet? They could still both be picked up. And that is a very big possibility, especially since I think Gizmo still wants to have that hard carry. Even though we have seen Winter on tri-lanes before as well, so who knows, in which case they would need another solo, of which there are still plenty left, as I said. Oh, this is gonna be Night Stalker. He is gonna be the one on the tri-lane, I do believe. We saw a game yesterday where he was played there in a tri-lane, and it's gonna be the Chen picked up for Flash, so that will be the jungle hero for them, securing also the only real solid jungle hero in this game. I mean, Radiant team does not have a jungle hero, which will mean that Flash will get that extra experience and gold inside the jungle. So that is a small favor for them, as we are gonna drop ourselves into a different overlay so you see the entire map. There we go, and we have a chicken disconnected from the game. Ooh. And I just noticed that my camera speed is not properly set up because I played a pub earlier today. Shame on me for playing games. But now it is, now you see like all smooth and stuff. And because they know. There we go. And yeah, so let's see who's playing what Flash on the dark side. We see MLG or Milligan playing the Chen. We see KS on the Lone Druid. It's going to be Sinister on the Leshrac, and also going towards the top lane. So maybe indicating that it's going to be the Lone Druid on a duo / tri lane. We're going to see the Bounty Hunter on the way towards the bottom lane, played by DSF, and something that I do like a lot, actually, that we don't see that often, because, well, actually Lone Druid hasn't been played that often in games that I've casted, so in that sense. But the Bear will probably be helping out the Bounty Hunter, pulling the lane back behind the other creep wave so that he gets some solid farm. And that will indicate that Lone Druid doesn't really need that Bear because he'll have support on his lane. We see last but not least is Tidehunter, played by Hengji. G and the K next to each other makes for a weird pronunciation on my side. Hengji. What kind of career did he have? Speed Demon. But that will be the lane up, and I do think that Tidehunter is going to go towards, oh, what's this? Oopsie. iTunes being annoying. Tidehunter could be going mid. I'm actually unsure who is going to take that mid role, but we will find out. It will be a dual lane top, I think, with then Leshrac maybe mid. Could be 2. Yeah, I think Leshrac mid. He is going for a fast bottle. He only picked up 3 branches and tangos and has 300 gold still in his inventory, so he'll be mid. Lone Druid supported by the Tide, and Chen in the jungle is my guess. Then we jump ourselves over to Gizmo on the Radiant side. We have Tell Me Why is going to be playing the Templar Assassin. GXG is going to be playing that Windrunner. Glory Z is going to be playing the Disruptor. Shans is going to be playing the Venomancer, and Ken Rio will be on this Night Stalker here, and they have a robot kind of guy. I don't know what the name is of this career, but they have a different career as well. So that will be the lineup for Gizmo, and we actually see 4 heroes of Flashy on the top lane, maybe hoping to scout out a first blood, or at least get a secure rune if it is on the top lane. We'll see though. And yeah, there is the Bear. Like I said, I do like this. I do like this, and I don't think Night Stalker combined with, well, actually Venomancer is the hero that can do a lot against that. Venomancer is the hero, of course, with that 50% slow, and if he chooses to, he can harass that Bear down, and with help the Night Stalker, they will be able to bring him down, forcing the creep wave back into his normal path again. And the Bear trying to scout out here who is here. They do see the Night Stalker here. So they know that they're going to have to deal with the tri-lane bottom Disruptor going there as well. Templar Assassin, of course, on the mid lane, sorry, and of course top lane for the solo Windrunner, who will be up first the Lone Druid. And I have to say, I think Lone Druid, if he gets help by the Tide, Lone Druid will be getting solid farm. That he shall. Windrunner will still be able to get last hits as well. Maybe not as well. Yeah, she should still be able to get last hits, but depending on how much this guy is gonna harass the Windrunner. Well, Shrek indeed mid lane. I did mention earlier, Refraction and Edict goes well together. He picked up Split Earth Curse. If he sees that Templar Assassin is going to go into Melt, that is of course one thing that you can do. You can't get her out of Melt as a Leshrac. You have to actually be able to move her and able to do that. But Leshrac is one of those heroes, you can split Earth where she's standing, you can put up the Edict where she's standing. It's just a lot of damage that you can do if you know that she is there. And it's of course something like that, tell me why. I'm not going to pronounce the other Y's because that will be too long for me. That will be something that will be annoying for Tell Me Why. That is what I was gonna say. Bounty Hunter is indeed successfully got the first creep wave behind the tower, even got some last hits from that one to be exact, because the rest of the creep wave is actually moving back already. Didn't manage to catch everybody of that due to them going over the high ground, I believe here. But did make good use of the bear for one pool at least, but the bear took so much harassment that he is going to be going back towards his master, and we'll be helping him there. We see Tidehunter pulling the lane with two creep stacks, so denying an entire lane to this Windrunner. Windrunner was thinking, you know what, I can't do anything here, I am going to farm Ancients instead, which she can do. She has not spec'd anything just yet either, but she doesn't really need to until she's running into heroes. We had a defensive blink up on this tower, but tower will not get pushed for a while. I think they're gonna probably try to aim to keep that lane as an equilibrium to make sure that the Lone Druid gets every space to farm. And if you do take down that tower, it is not really good for Lone Druid to farm here anymore, because there's just too much open space, and if he then starts farming here, then he might be ganked pretty easily, and that's of course something that you do not want to. Bounty Hunter is going to scout out some heroes here, also seeing that they are indeed pulling this creep camp, also denying an entire lane to the Bounty Hunter, but he did manage to pick up a last hit on that neutral right here, and then he does get the experience, and at the same time denies the experience for Gizmo, so good stuff going on right there. Mid lane, let's take a look at the last hits. We do not see Leshrac going for that Lightning Storm that we normally see if he's mid, just to secure those last hits. But he has been getting last hits. He is 13 for 5, with the Templar Assassin being 13 for 4, so that is very even still. As, well, for now, neither team is at a disadvantage, even though I do think that, of course, Templar Assassin is going to be able to have a bigger impact on the game earlier than the Leshrac has. Leshrac needs a bit more farm for that, to be able to be super tanky and stuff like that. He does have a bottle now, so we'll be able to use that and maybe start harassing a bit more. Because if you're keeping even with the Templar Assassin as a Leshrac, in the end you have kind of lost the lane because you didn't shut the TA down, which is ultimately what you want to go for, because TA is just one of those heroes that you will not want to give momentum in the game. Bounty Hunter managed to get level 2, yay for him. He does take a void, he can still go invisible, there is no sentry ward, there is the sentry ward, and getting glimpsed back as well. This might be turning into a first blood, kinetic field there as well. How is he going to be able to get away? Will he be fast enough? I'm going to try to move behind the tower, but there's another void. One more right click needed, and it is Night Stalker that picks up the first blood. Kenryo doing the works, help from the Disruptor, of course, that couldn't have been done without him. Sentry ward helping out, good positioning from that as well, not too far back, not too far forward, making sure that they secure the first blood. In the meantime, we have a gank going on. It is the Chen and the Tidehunter. They already unleashed the Gush on the Windrunner, who is going to be moving back into the lane, but we'll find that she's unable to move forward there anymore, and it looks like we might see a push on this tower.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
With the bear actually helping out, well, getting that creep wave there out of the way so that they can safely push the tower down. It does give, of course, that early goal advantage for your team, but like I said, it will reduce the time that KS can farm on this lane, I do believe. But we'll see how that's going to work out. If they're going to continuously keep Tidehunter around here, then that will, of course, be a whole different story. Power Shot will try to stop maybe the push from happening, but that's not going to work. The tower will drop here, and it will go towards the Lone Druid, who is already happily farming 28 for 5 right now. He is farming fastest in the game, even faster than this Night Stalker, who's been getting free farm, even though, of course, Night Stalker did pick up the first blood money, which does help him a lot in putting him in favor there once again. But, yeah, Lone Druid, one of those heroes that if he gets free farm that fast, and if he gets his Radiance up pretty fast in the game as well, it will be a tough one to deal with. And TA, even though she is able to deal lots of burst damage, there will still be a very tanky bear master in the game, and she's not able to burst them down that fast. Especially not if she doesn't have refraction, because that bear will have the radiance. We'll see how that goes. And we almost have first nighttime. I'm curious to see if Kenryo is going to leave his lane, is going to try to maybe get a gank in on the Shrek. Because of course, as a Night Stalker, that first nighttime is so very important. And you want to get some kills there, even though he's had a good start. And I have been told that if you're free farming, it doesn't really matter if you are free farming or getting kills on the lane. And there it is nighttime. And he is, for now, sticking on the lane. He's got 700 gold, he's got his urn ready. Is going to look for kills. That is what I read out of that. I hope that it's going to be soon, though, because I do like seeing Night Stalkers stalking the night. Pun intended. But yeah. The Shrek in the meantime, level 6, 26 for 11 up on her, 10 for Assassin, 31 for Nice, so pulling ahead of this Shrek slightly. And already placing some wards there as well. Did skill his lightning now, level 2, as we see 1, 2, 3 build. Will there be a stun? Yes, there will be, but he is by himself still, so no follow-ups on that one. And spill damage harassing Sinister slightly. In the meantime, top lane has got 3 heroes up there once again. And we see Bounty Hunter hiding in this jungle, who will be fine, but I'm not so sure if his tower will be fine. Windrunner has been forced away from this lane. She is pretty low HP, but did not die, which is basically all you can ask for if you're 3 versus 1. And the tower gets harassed here slightly, but not that much just yet. We do have the TA moving towards the top lane, maybe thinking about doing something. They did see her coming, but because they do have a ward there, and they backed off again, thinking there might be more around the corner. There wasn't, but at least they make sure they're safe rather than anything else. I'm not sure how Bounty Hunter gets here. He ate that tree, okay, that's why. But this is basically a free tower for Gizmo. They can take the time that they need. They don't have those real pushing heroes apart from this Venomancer with his words. Oh, Sentry Ward being placed to know where he is. Bounty Hunter showed himself for a split second, and he is gonna pay! Venomancer picking up the kill, and this tower will be even more free than it was before. And with free, I mean like free and then a kill to boot, and there goes the tower. In the meantime, tower bottom lane got pressured some extra as well. This time only by the lone druid, but still nobody to counter it apart from this Windrunner, who is still going back towards the top lane. She's gonna find that lone druid will have support coming his way as well. There will be 3 heroes again there, but here comes the Venomancer TPing in. Of course, one of those heroes that can defend the towers pretty well with their wards level 3 as well. Lands a Gale, though actually doesn't land a Gale. Nice shackle though, but it's only level 1 I believe. It's going to be Venomancer, and it's going to be able to get away because that 50% slow from the TA trap is just too painful. Power set going through again, sending them on their way, and they will probably back out, especially now that they saw the Night Stalker here, who has space boots, who is just one of those heroes that, you know, if it's nighttime, they kind of back off when you see him. Templar Assassin might see some action coming up from her soon because she picked up an invisibility rune, and around this time she has got her face boots as well. Maybe she wants to wait until she has her blink dagger farmed up, but around this time is normally the time that we see her most active, so you gotta watch out for that one. As I have to say, for if you look lineup versus lineup, this is the time where Gizmo is strongest, and the longer it goes on, it will be the lone druid that will gain in strength, and for, well, the aim for Flash, of course, to automatically out-carry the carry/semi-carries of Gizmo. Of course, one guy that we should not forget is this guy, and even though he's had a bad start, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Yes, he died twice. Yes, he's the only one that died so far. But Bounty Hunter is one of those heroes that as soon as he's level 6, he will be able to roam around, will be able to land his track on people, and even if you start trading kills right then, you are at the advantage because those track kills give just that extra amount of money that your team wants from them. Wow, 5 heroes of Gizmo in this middle lane. They really want this tower, and they're only with the track. Yeah, safe, TPing out towards the tier 2 tower. Didn't see any other way to deal with that, and I don't blame him. And I do think this is the last tower. Tidehunter, not yet level 6, is level 4 so far. That would be the hero that could be a game changer in this mid lane right now, but alas, level 4 only, well actually level 5 now. They do take a tower in return. Tier 2 tower will be traded to tier 1, so good trade for Flash nonetheless. Rather. And there goes the tower still. Last it goes to the creeps. And it looks like Gizmo is not really gonna go in on that one. I have to say I am surprised that they play this well conservative. They've got two kills right now on the bounty hunter already. But in my opinion, this is the time where they should be looking for kills. And we might see, yeah, I was gonna say, invisibility rune there. Where's the melt damage? There's the melt damage. There's the trap. There's the right clicks. The Shrek stun wasn't gonna hit, so he cancelled it, and he goes down. And Edict pops up refraction. And you know, who cares about refraction when your opponent is dead? And we might see Tidehunter in some trouble as well. Void there. And this is the combination that you fear so much. And Night Stalker, nighttime around his prime, a Templar Assassin that has got her blink dagger if she wants to go for it in a prime time. Right now is the time when Flash should be really afraid, really careful, apart from maybe this lone druid, if he should be carrying a TP around, which I think he should, because that is just something that you can do against TA at least. Not against a Night Stalker, but TA you will be safe if you just TP away. If you're fast enough, of course. If you're fast enough, you gotta have that HP.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
To deal with that amount of burst damage. Bounty Hunter level 6 is still on this bottom lane now, getting some experience there. Winter is still level 5. The support's trying to get their levels up now as well. But Bounty Hunter, with those only supports there, he can get some right clicks. He does have face boots, and I have to say that's pretty decent for someone that got shut down that hard. He's got his Poorman shield, and I would not be surprised if we see him leave his lane anytime soon. But maybe he just wants to wait until this Tidehunter is level 6, because I do want that Ravage to force out some team fights, to take the attention away from this lone druid who is gonna get killed. Venom has ulti there as well, and he does not have a TP, but then again, Night Stalker can interrupt the TP. Well, now he has a TP, but it is too late. It is too late. Should have bought it earlier, because the Void was still on cooldown at that time. Darkness has been popped. I don't know what he's doing. He's waiting and waiting, trying to see someone. Leshrac is on his top lane now as well. He saw the lightning going through. He's waiting until Leshrac shows his face, but that's not going to happen. Maybe he'll dive the tower. Night Stalker is one of those heroes that could do that, especially since he's got a vitality booster, he's got a shield, and he might just choose to go for that. And I'm just sticking around here because this Night Stalker is just, he wants kills. He wants blood. He smells blood with his open face. And it looks like Leshrac is going to be his target. Now he shows his face now on the lane, so Leshrac knows that he has to be careful. Now we saw him being careful earlier, TPing to a tier 2 tower while he was close by, so he might just decide to TP out. Well, lightning go through once again. Double damage room picked up by the TA, so gotta keep an eye on that as well. Also one of those runes that you can get a kill with really easy. Now when she activated it, she found a target, and it's gonna be tied on to. He's gonna try TP out. Will he be in time? Nope. That's what I said. You're gonna have to have enough HP to survive that, and if there's a double damage rune on a TA, you're not gonna have enough time, not even as a Tidehunter. And instead of going for that Blink Dagger, she is gonna go for Desolator first item. Very dangerous for her to, well, not for her, very dangerous for Flash.Esports to have, because they are on the back foot. It is 6-0. Flash has not been getting any kills whatsoever just yet. Bounty Hunter still on his lane. I do feel that he should be leaving right now unless he's going to be able to pick up a killer on this Windrunner, which I don't think he is gonna, because it's just Windrunner is just a very hard hero to kill. Windrunner, who is building towards the mechanism, by the way. So she'll have that if she continues farming on that bottom lane. Vanguard completed up on this Night Stalker. So he has that extra tankiness for him. And this top lane, tri-lane versus tri-lane right now with Leshrac, as well as Chen helping out, because the lone druid still needs farm. He's got 1900 gold, he's got boots, he's got face boots on his bear, so already going for slight bit of aggression there. There comes the Bounty Hunter. And they have a Ravage as well. And Tidehunter is on his way towards the top lane as well. Will it be in time though? I'm not sure. Kinetic Field will go off to try to stop the creeps from the Chen, and we'll be able to at least kill off one, and they're going to go for it. Is there going to be a snare? Yes, there is. Disruptor will drop here to the Lone Druid, and Night Stalker getting stunned up by the Centaur on the way out. It is daytime now. He gets ensnared, and he goes down as well. 2 kills going the way of Flash, and I do believe that those were track kills, getting some extra goals. Tidehunter still wants to do his Ravage, looking for that Venomancer block, body block, nope, misses. Track is there, will he use the Ravage to get this kill? I don't think so. He's going to continue going for the block. There is still no ensnare there. He is going to dive it. Shuriken doesn't do it up. There's the Ravage still, hits on 2 because Windrunner TP'd in. Windrunner dies, as well as the Venomancer. Disruptor doing what he can, lands a kinetic field, but will still be chased down, and the Shuriken toss will get the kill, and that is track kills all over the place, and all of a sudden, it went from 6 to 0 to 6 to 5, and they are not done yet. We do see Bounty Hunter being sent back, TA getting stunned, Night Stalker being back in the mix, Lone Druid in a lot of trouble right now, getting slowed up, and there's the bear trying to help out. Will there be in this there, because that could help. Lone Druid still on the run, doesn't have the face boost that his bear has, and will still drop with TA's Desolator getting the last hit. They get a kill in turn, but that is only 1 kill, and they lost 5 in total. That was overall seen a total team wipe on the side of Gizmo. Flash.Esports taking it back, making sure that we know that they are not out of the picture just yet. We're going to see that back on the gold grab as well. Heavily in favor, kinda, is still in favor of Gizmo, and then that fight happened. And then it dropped almost back to 0 once more. Still 2 kills difference, obviously. It was kind of sad that the hero that they lost was a Tidehunter, Lone Druid, because that is of course the one that they want to have farmed up. But definitely not bad, and he was able to get a last hit on one of the kills that happened there. His bear gets slowed. Desolator will make sure that it does quite some damage on there. Nighttime has been popped. They see the heroes there of Flash. It looks like hunting season has opened for this Night Stalker, but he can't find a real target. Yes, there it is. A void there, and that was overextension from the Chen. A bit mispositioning from him. And we do see Disruptor Leshrac getting chased down. Disruptor glimpsing him back, and we'll be able to get the last hit on that as well. Lone Druid still trying to hide, having his bear block the entrance to that little patch of earth that he found where he is safe. But it's still 5 heroes here on the top lane for Gizmo, and they are looking for kills. The trap still goes on. They know he's still there. They get a void. I do think that Lone Druid is not going to be alive all that long, and it is Night Stalker that picks up the kill, and the tower will drop here as well. In the meantime, mid lane, Tidehunter still farming up. As long as he doesn't have a Ravage, he is not useful at all. And we do see the Bounty Hunter continuing to farm up, and he's going to try to get this tower going down, tanking up the creep wave as the other creeps take care of the tower slightly. Now he backs off, making sure that the tower doesn't get put in deny range, I guess. So after a good team fight from Flash, they do end up losing some heroes again. And wow, this farm of this TA is just insane. She got a Desolator very early on, and now she also got a Blink Dagger. That is painful. That is painful, and yeah, I'm wondering how they're going to deal with that. 2 heroes of Gizmo are going to try to defend this bottom tower. There are 3 heroes surrounding it though. Tidehunter is ready for a team fight. Leshrac is there to help out at level 10. We do have support incoming from the Night Stalker, though it is daytime and his darkness is still on cooldown, only 20 seconds, but still. And we're going to see if someone shows himself enough to... Oh, Edict's helping out. Oh, and that will go to the tower. Oh, nice deny though. Shackle doesn't latch. Gale doesn't hit. And there comes from the side. It is Tidehunter that gets silenced instantly. You can't put off his Ravage just yet. Leshrac's on. Hits on a Windrunner. Uses her mechanism. Is going to try to back out once again. Still not over. Tidehunter still getting harassed. Now they are outnumbered though. Flash is outnumbered. More heroes coming in from Gizmo to support. 5 heroes in the Radiant jungle. Slow up on the Tidehunter. I don't think he's going to be able to get out of here alive. Shackle latches. Tidehunter is definitely dropping, as Leshrac also dropped on the side. TA making sure of that on the backside. And it is Bounty Hunter that's going to be the only one of those 3 to get back out of there alive. And that is what you get if you your opponent team gets support of all their heroes and you are still there with 3 of yours. Mechanism being built up by the Chen a bit later than the Windrunner has her mechanism up, but still will be definitely helpful, especially if you have a Venomancer ulti going off. And we do have Lone Druid thinking, you know what? I'm gonna go for a different build. I am not fast enough to farm up that Radiance, so he's gonna go for Maelstrom, something that we see more often. Maelstrom, and then dismemberate at some point and go for that Assault Garage Shackle. Does latch to the Leshrac, power shot going through as well. There's a Ravage, hits on 2 only though. Gosh, Anchor Smash, but it's not enough just yet. It's Bounty Hunter that has to back out there. Hand of God going through. We see the Night Stalker trying to get what damage he can on this Tidehunter, who gets dusted up, as well as the rest of his team. Lone Druid being locked inside a kinetic field. They do not have a kill. Well, actually, they do have a kill now. 1 kill on each. You see, Night Stalker still in a lot of trouble. Will there be an snare? That is what he needs to get that kill, but the Lone Druid himself is too slow. And there's a Templar Assassin. There's the melt damage. Look at that burst. Leshrac, you better run. He is going to run indeed. Tidehunter buys back into this game. By the way, Windrunner is now back alive as well, but who will have to defend their top lane. Those were the only 2 that died in this fight, which was a bit messy from both sides, if I may add. They just didn't know who to go on there, so some damage done on almost everyone, but apart from the Windrunner and the Tide, nobody really went down, so quite surprised at that, but at least for both sides, it's good that their Night Stalker, as well as the Lone Druid, did not go down. We do have Windrunner indeed pushing back the top lane, getting some extra farm as she goes. See a very aggressive Dire Ward being placed here earlier on, but they are no longer there. I'm surprised that Tier 1 Tower is still standing with the amount of push coming off from Flash.Esports. Tier 1 Tower is, apart from free gold, well not free gold, apart from gold, reliant gold I should say, it is a very important tower for the Radiant, not only for that, but it is their central teleport point. It is the thing that at least gives them some chance at Roshan if you're gonna go for Roshan, the Dire advantage in there. And we do have a gem up on someone of the Dire Radiant side, and there's a glimpse, and there's the kill, and the Night Stalker indeed picked up a gem, and Bounty Hunter goes down because of that. Now he knows that he's no longer safe. We are gonna see Roshan taken down, and of course the TA could have done that by herself, but she'll be helped, giving some extra experience to her teammates as well. And I don't think there's anything that Flash can do against it. There's no Ravage up yet for another 26 seconds, and I do think Gizmo knows that as well. So they are free to take this. Power Shot will just scout out if there's someone on the high ground, but there's not. And there's the this TA is just so dangerous. Double damage rune up on her as well, 2400 gold. Wondering what she's gonna go for next. Will it be a BKB? It could be. Could definitely be. Where's your bear? There's your bear. And Maelstrom indeed completed with the Phase Boots and Orb of Venom. And his farm is slightly behind right now because of course he now died 3 times, something that you don't want to see upon your carry. And we have Gizmo just forcing this tower. Gets denied though, Bounty Hunter, nice job. Power Shot will not hit anything. Glim's back on the Bounty Hunter though. Gale goes, he doesn't get locked inside a Connect Field. Life stun from Sinister on this Leshrac. And Bounty Hunter will get sent home. And it looks like Flash is gonna be staying alive in this fight that start. Wow. I did think Bounty Hunter was gonna die there with that long range Glim. But good Leshrac stun stopping their opponent in their trap. But the pressure continues by the looks of it. They do not want to give this up. Venomman's Ward being placed, just being annoying. Able to push the lane back, and there goes the Champ Creep. Both of his Centaurs going down. Trap place just in case someone tries to get close. 50% stun makes you unable to chase anything. Unless you're a bear, in which case you get an immediate ensnare upon the Night Stalker, which gets stunned as well. Isn't going to be enough damage. There might be nice shackle, though. Bounty Hunter this time. Will he be in time to get away? I don't think so. Hand of God going through, but he still drops. Wicked sick Templar Assassin right now. She has not died yet a single time, and it's 7-0. And I do think Gizmo is looking really strong to be at least taking this tier 3 tower if they don't back up. But, well, they don't really need to back up. They haven't really given anything away. Their HP is still there. They still have plenty of mana as well. And they got a kill on a Bounty Hunter. There is a Ravage now, however, and they do know that, they are aware. But then again, like I said, there was a trap there that made sure that anybody, well, the trap is now gone, but there will be more traps that make sure that anybody who comes close, like this Tide Hunter, will be slowed, will give everybody of Gizmo the time to back out before that Ravage actually goes off. But the tower slowly but steadily getting pressured. Right now they're backing off, thinking, okay, this is enough. They're pushing out the lanes once more. We see Windrunner building towards a 4-staff. And they probably want to get some more farm up, even though this guy, or girl, if you want to kill Templar Assassin, is of course a girl. Yeah, she just bought a BKB off the bat, I believe. Let's see if that's the case. Yes, it is. BKB indeed up on the TA right now at 24 minutes. She is looking so well, and I'm gonna, put up this one. And here we see the massive difference in net worth. So, Lone Druid items, the items on the bear are indeed counted. That was not so when net worth just started, but they are counted in this net worth. And we see 3 heroes of the Radiant side higher than the hard carry coming off from Flash. And they are indeed right, they need to do something. They smoked up, smoke already got popped again, and they back off once again. So not a very successful smoke for that. But then again, if they would have gone in there, they would have found everybody of Gizmo there, and I don't know if they would have won that. And if they lost that, they would have lost their barracks as well, I would believe. And of course, you don't want to risk that. See, Night Stalker picking up a Overclock, gonna go for BKB as well. Of course, one of the counters to the Tide Hunter is a BKB. You don't get hit by the Ravage and stuff like that. And since Tidehunter is quite on the farm, you can kind of tell when he's going to go in, so you can pop your BKB in time. And the Tidehunter right now is needed for Flash to win this game. They need those Ravages, they need those team fights in order to get back on top again, because that is something that they have. I believe it's closer, but I believe they have that better than Gizmo right now. They have the Ravage, and they only have to deal with Disruption and or with Disruptor, and of course Static Storm is quite annoying, as well as the Kinetic Field and the Venomancer ulti, but there's nothing quite like a good Ravage, to be fair. Lightning Storm will clear out some of the creep wave. Everybody of Gizmo standing here again. This Tornado is going to be really annoying for the Templar Assassin, because Tornado also pops off Refraction, as we see, which is just, you know, annoying. At least I thought it did. Yeah, it does. Only got 2 charges left. Trap, slow bear, but they don't care about the bear. They care about this tower. Check of Circuntas. Another trap. Trap already dead once more. Darkness popped. Will this be the time that they want to go in? They actually smoked up, making them believe that it's only Tell Me Why left here, together with the Windrunner. This could be dangerous. As soon as Tidehunter starts running, they have entered a trap. As when he starts running, he's going to go for a Ravage, of course. Darsh doesn't hit, tower still goes down, though doesn't get denied. Bear is not going to get an entangle, but is going to get killed off there. Boom! Gets resummoned instantly, and there is the ensnare. Entangle, rather. Gosh, they're BKB on, though, and they want to go for this. They're going to go in. Nice Stalker here as well. And looks like they are going to leave the heroes alone for now, because everybody backs off so far that they have no choice but to go on these barracks for free, I have to say. I'm getting forced back again. Where is the Tide? I'm kind of waiting for the Tide to do something here. Like, now that he knows that the BKB is off cooldown on this Templar Assassin, who still manages to put a Reflection up every time. There he goes! Here he comes! Will there be a Ravage? Nope! He would have walked into the silence, and that's not good! Nobody dead just yet. Static Storm now out of the way too, though. And right now, no BKB, no Static Storm. Venomancer ulti is still something to deal with. But if they manage to catch a good fight right now, Gizmo will be at the back of it, I do believe. Of course, you still got a glimpse back. They see him coming. Power Shot, Shackle. Blink. Spill damage, not gonna hit. And they get chip health away from this tower, slowly but steadily. This is a real oh, nice Stalker, getting stunned up by the strike. Edict Nova, force that forward though, will save his life. Tower's still standing for now. And this is really cat and mouse. I have no, well, mouse is Flash in this case. There goes the barracks. And they might even back off right now, because this is what they came for. The ranged barracks will drop when they push on different lane. And now Flash goes out, but now it's too late. And we might even see Gizmo turning around, thinking we got this. And they do go turn around. Yes, there they are. Shackle, let's just 2 heroes together right there. There goes one, gets sent home. Ravage got juiced, so Shrek already goes down. We have Tidehunter, even though he got a Ravage up, he still drops as well. Night Stalker in some trouble, gets picked up, so there's 1 down for 2 right now. As we have Templar Assassin just going on to the ranged barracks. Bounty Hunter cannot do anything right now. And Bounty Hunter and the Lone Druid are the only one left alive that could potentially stop this from happening, but they just got in, get the ranged barracks, and back off once again. So that is a turn and burn, even though not that convincing as in Team Wipe, otherwise we would have seen more going down, but they do get those 2 heroes out of the way, and of course the Ravage out of the way, that they are able to just continue with clearing out that middle double racks, which they now got. Disruptor is going to push back the bottom lane. Top lane needs to be pushed back soon as well. And I have to say, Flash looking on the back foot. Let's take a look at the gold graph, because getting locked inside your base is not good for your gold graph. It is at over 10k, almost 12k in favor of Gizmo right now. And if Flash wants to get back from this Lone Druid has to farm a really fast experience graph, you know, the same thing. No real surprise there. They are going to take down his tier 1 tower. I think, unless they're gonna get fought about it. Yes, they are. Here comes the tell me why. Picks up the Leshrac kill. He's not done just yet. Gil hits on the bear, but it looks like he's gonna be able to get away. And also hit on his master, by the way. Nice slow. Shackle doesn't ledge. Pipe is up for the Radiant team. They want to fight this. Buys Chen. He drops very fast. Lone Druid trying to get out, but it is nighttime, and this Night Stalker is just so much faster. Trap still hits, and I do think if he goes down, there's no Ravage up. Bounty Hunter is not strong enough to do anything against Gizmo's heroes right now. Void will get the last hit on this Lone Druid, and if they go mid right now, they might be able to end it. But they could just go for the tier 2s that they still have standing instead and just be safe rather than sorry and clear out the other lanes first before going for the tier 4s. Bounty Hunter continue farming. It's something that he really needs to do because they need that semi-carry power from that Bounty Hunter, and he's not been able to show it so far. Kill score 20 for 7, and of course there are trackles of those, but it's not gonna be enough. Kalim's back tower gets taken down by the TA still. Even though the glimpse put him in the position to deny it, actually, rather than anything else, but he was too concerned with his life and just backed up as fast as he could. The tier 2 tower here will drop as well, so right now the base is open for Gizmo. They only need tier 3 towers and barracks. And for Flash, they need a good team fight. They need that Ravage followed up with just everything they got. And not 5-on-5, by the way, not 5-on-5, they need like a 3-on-5. But that has proven to be really hard because Gizmo is making sure that if they are pushing in, they're going to be with 5. And that is just, that is just annoying for Flash to deal with. Maybe this Roshan will give an opportunity. Of course, Ravage and Roshan go together very well. But we do see Gizmo, they are just waiting, they're expecting something maybe, and right now they are at that point ahead that they might be able to survive regardless of what gets thrown at them from the opponent team. We've got a BKB as well, the Night Stalker, we've got a pipe from the Venomans we saw used before in team fights, and they are just out of control right now. Templars hasn't picked up a Daedalus after going for that BKB and still has gold to spare, 700 right now. And they look to be going towards this bottom tier 3 tower. BKB up on the Shrek as well, so that will definitely help. But the burst damage coming off from the TA, you cannot stop that from with a BKB. You need that Ghost Scepter. Shackle does ledge Leshrac together. Do they want to go in on that nighttime pop blinking? And that is Leshrac already down with before he could pop his BKB even. Ravage being used. Bounty Hunter getting picked up before it can be sent back. Glimpse on the Tide Hunter. He is trying to get away. He still has 56 turtles, but I don't think that will be enough to save him from this one. He does use them, but a TA triple kill for now. Will there be more? We see the Lone Druid on the run for his life. Where is he gonna go? He is so much more slow than the Night Stalker. It is nighttime, and there will he be sent back home in time? I do think that will be the case. Bounty Hunter still goes down though to the Windrunner, but at least Bounty Hunter was able to pick up the Venomans, able to get 1 kill for Honor. But it is 3 versus 1. There is no defense for these tier 3 tower because the Lone Druid by himself cannot do enough. The Chen by himself cannot do enough. And at least since the last time we saw this bear, only still has the Maelstrom, and that is a lot less than his opponent have melt damage. Look at that. It is of course always a very tanky bear, but you know, Templar doesn't care about that. Leshrac goes down once more. He was able to pop his BKB this time, so lucky for him. Chen will die here, probably as well as he cannot escape from the double kill from the Templar Assassin once again. And that is again 3 heroes dead, or at least, you know, 2 heroes dead on the side of Flash. 2 heroes that just died before as well, or at least Leshrac did. Of course, Chen didn't die before, but now he did, and that's the barracks dead. And now for Gizmo, the only thing that remains is the top barracks, but they actually rather want to find this Lone Druid. Maybe they find the bear, and the bear will probably go, nope, get resummoned. There we go. But they do find, whoa! Bounty Hunter managed to get a kill on the Disruptor, still gets locked inside. The Kinetic Field's gonna try to TP out, but there's too much burst damage. And it is just the sign, if you are inside your own base and are forced to TP out from there to your own fountain, yeah, that is a quite tough position for yourself to be in. Kind of says at all, but Flash is fighting. They are not giving up just yet.
Radiant's middle
And
tower
like I
has
said, by the way,
fallen.
this is a winner's bracket match, so the loser of this match is not out of the competition yet. They will still be able to go on to the losers bracket. Of course, that's what you have here for winners bracket. You also have a losers bracket. Gizmo is already coming from that winners bracket earlier on, while Flash dropped inside the winners bracket later on. I think this is their first match of the day. And Gizmo already beat a team before this explicit, if you will. Tidehunter, 1600 gold. I don't know what he's gonna go for. I mean, if you get a Blink Dagger Ravage, that's nice, but we've seen so far that the Ravage doesn't do that much anymore. But they are not giving up. They're not giving up. They have the Lone Druid fighting, pushing. If it will be enough, that will be the next question, because here comes 5 heroes of Gizmo. I'm going to say 5 because there's also, there you go, Windrunner around here. Windrunner picked up an ultimate orb there as well. And we're going to see them pushing into this tower. There is still a gem upon this Night Stalker as well, by the way, so that will be something to take into account. Oh, there's Shrek! Double kill, as in hits, double hits, fun kill. Snare's still on the TA, but she doesn't care all that much. Refraction is now off though, taking some damage here. But is still doing more damage on this Lone Druid, even though the Aegis still drops, Lone Druid still drops as well. Disruptor getting a double kill, picking up the chin as well as the kill on the Lone Druid. And Lone Druid buys back into the game, trying to defend this tier 3 tower. Will it be enough though? I mean, if he dies now again, that will definitely be a GG. Pipe up for Gizmo. They are not done just yet. They want to continue going. They want to go for this tier 3 tower. Bear taking a huge amount of damage. This is just a momentum that you do not want to give to a Temporary Assassin. And the Lone Druid is going to get slowed 50%. He's going to get glimpsed back and will drop here. TA picking up a kill. He has not died yet the entire game. The only time that he did go down was when he had the Aegis. He is 16-4-0. He's got 6,100 gold. If you buy a Rapier, I would not be surprised right now. But I do think he will be too late with buying a Rapier because the tier 3 tower as well as the barracks are down. Mega creeps are there. And a GG is cold. And it will be Gizmo that will be going into this winners bracket. Still a 4-man Ravage for the Tidehunter, so he's happy with that. But he will still drop for it. Triple kill for the Templar Assassin, where, again, I mean, he glimpse back so that the Windrunner is safe once more. Buyback on the Tidehunter, but this is all just for show because the GG has been called, and we are going to see Flash going towards the losers bracket, with Gizmo going towards the winners bracket of this Rising Star qualifier from GEST.
I saw that ending from miles away.
My name is Sheever, by the way. I'm a Ghost of Gamers caster. You can subscribe to my YouTube, and please do so. YouTube.com/SheeverGaming. I'm trying to reach 5k followers. Still quite a way off, but you know, one can hope. And yeah, if you want to know more about other esports, then you can also check ghostofgamers.net/Dota 2 if you want to know more about Dota 2, but there's a lot of other games on there as well, as I said. Stay tuned for more Dota 2. There will be more Dota 2. I will be casting maybe one more match for the Rising Star qualifiers, and after that I will be dropping on to cast Star Ladder for the matches that do not have an official English cast. I will try to cover those to have English commentary for those as well, so stay tuned for that. For now, thank you for watching, and have a good afternoon, evening, morning from whichever part of the world you are from.